Tonight, our Prime Minister heads to the US to officially unveil the submarine deal after a successful visit to India. Fresh frustration for train passengers. Signalling issues impact several lines amid a replacement bus blunder at Marrickville. The man hoping to be Premier takes on the competition in Penrith, while the Treasurer resells an energy sweetener. Hollywood hits the Harbour Bridge, prompting police escorts through the city. And suspensions and injury concerns threaten to sour the Roosters' first win of the season.
This is 9 News with Georgie Gardner.
Good evening. The Prime Minister is tonight flying to the United States after a brief but very busy tour of India, strengthening cultural, trade and security ties. During their time together, Anthony Albanese also briefed his Indian counterpart on the highly anticipated AUKUS submarine deal to be unveiled in the coming days.
Saying goodbye to the subcontinent.
Along with Australia's Brian Brown in the back of a Jeep, driving across the bridge with a police escort. For a look at today's weather now, it is good evening to Belinda.
Good evening to you, Georgie. Summer may have officially ended 11 days ago, but it certainly did not feel like it today. We're soaring into the mid-30s, top temperatures up to 8 degrees above the March average. Badgerys Creek and Penrith, the hottest, reaching 35 degrees, and most other suburbs stopping at 34. A sea breeze keeping Sydney's eastern suburbs cooler after a low of 18.9. The city stopping at 28.6, about 4 degrees above average. Some cooler days ahead thanks to a southerly change, bringing showers to Sydney tomorrow. I'll be back with the forecast after sport, Georgie.
See you then. Thanks, Belinda. Well, it's been billed as a renovator's delight, but there's a selfless story behind today's sale of this home at Ryde. A driver flees authorities, ending up inside an airport terminal. Also tonight, COVID-19 killed millions of people. Now, Australian researchers are harnessing the virus to save cancer sufferers in an extraordinary breakthrough. And a practice run for the former pro surfer attempting a 40-hour marathon at Cronulla. An 18-year-old who drowned on the northern beaches last weekend is tonight being remembered at a memorial in Freshwater. Ivan Kotalov died.
Madeline Spark, 9 News.
It's a disease 20,000 Australians are diagnosed with every year. Coming up, how COVID-19 could lead to a cure for breast cancer. Plus, the alligator that squeezed its way into a gated golf club. And in sport with Roz, the Roosters have had their first win of the season.
They beat the Warriors this afternoon, Georgie, but it could come at a huge cost. Two of the Roosters' biggest stars facing time on the sideline through injury and suspension. Tigers coach Tim Sheens reveals the real reason he let Jackson Hastings go to the Knights. Plus, Tim Zhu lands one final blow before the fight of his life. The Roosters have beaten the Warriors for their first win of the season, but could pay a price for the 20-12 victory. Injury and suspension concerns hang over two of their biggest stars ahead of a blockbuster round 3 clash with South Sydney.
The Roosters, far from red hot.
In almost 4 years. An ominous sign a year out from the games, Georgie.
Let's hope so. Thanks, Roz. See you soon. Still to come on 9 News, today's property report, and it's not often Rushcutters Bay has the city's most affordable home. Stay tuned for that. Also, the clever cell changes engineered by Aussie scientists, which could eliminate one of our most commonly diagnosed cancers. The full story next. And the murder suspect who made a run for it when his shackles came off in court. Some fresh insight tonight into Sydney's rental market. A report released by PropTrack shows the city's rental vacancy rate is at its lowest level since 2020. A large alligator has been filmed getting the better of what looked to be a sturdy metal fence bordering a golf course in Florida. With alarming ease, the reptile pushes the bars apart, first using its head and then its arms. Once through, it was then able to wander onto the course. Coming up, Belinda with the weather for the...
Thank you, Georgie. Sydney skies remaining mostly clear tonight. You might need the fan on, only dipping to 21 in the city overnight. Right now, it's still very warm in our west, sitting at 29 in Penrith, but a cool southerly change is coming. The forecast is next. Welcome back. What a way to start our weekend. Hardly a cloud in the sky and a late blast of summer heat. Top temperatures in our west up to 8 degrees above the March average. Most suburbs reaching a top of 34 degrees, 32 in Parramatta, and the city not quite making the 30s thanks to a light to moderate sea breeze. Most of New South Wales getting a good dose of vitamin D today. A few showers over the northeast quarter. So far, Narrabri recording the most with 25 millimetres. Most other inland parts reaching tops in the low 30s, 25 to 30 degrees along the coast. And a lot more rain about tomorrow, a trough and front bringing cool winds, showers and the odd storm to eastern New South Wales. Showers also forecast for Brisbane with a top of 30 and possibly a storm as well. 27 and late showers for Canberra, a cool and cloudy end to the weekend for Melbourne. Back home, and we are expecting moderate falls over that northeast quarter. There's also the chance of thunderstorms. Some of them may become severe. Later in the day, showers developing across the eastern half of our state and the southern inland, but less than 10 millimetres for most. Top temperatures all over the place. Burke soaring to 37, that is 5 degrees above average, and in the south, 26 the top in Albury, which is 2 degrees below average. Fresh at times along the coast, ranging from 24 in Bega and Batemans Bay up to 29 degrees in Grafton. The rain clouds returning to Sydney as well, a very high chance of showers, most likely in the afternoon and evening. There's also the chance of a thunderstorm in our west, 2 to 10 millimetres forecast across the basin, and temperatures up to 6 degrees cooler than today. Tops in the high 20s in our west, the city heading for 26, light to moderate south to southeasterlies in the morning, picking up in the afternoon, reaching about 25 to 35 kilometres per hour. Next week, more showers on Monday, 4 to 20 millimetres for the city. Just a shower or two on Tuesday, fining up on Wednesday as temperatures start to heat up again, up to 33 on Thursday, and sunny and a top of 30 on Friday. A hot and sunny end to the week for our west as well, up to 35 degrees on Friday. A sweltering 37 on Thursday, that is 10 degrees warmer than average. A much cooler start to the week though, 27, a shower or two on Tuesday. Monday the wettest with up to 20 millimetres and the coolest as well with a top of 24. Mother Nature keeping things interesting, Georgie.
Well, we mothers do that. Thanks, Belinda. Before we go, here's a quick look at what's in store in this week's edition of 60 Minutes.
Thanks, Georgie. Tomorrow night,
your heart's pumping out of your chest. I really didn't know what to do.
the good cop accused of unthinkable crimes.
If convicted, 25 to life.
Presumed evil, he lost everything.
Would you say this was thoroughly investigated?
No.
But none of it was true.
I was the star witness. I knew the truth.
This man was not a monster.
He wasn't there.
That's tomorrow night after Married. Back to you, Georgie.
Thank you, Tara. And that is 9 News for this Saturday. Deb Knight's next with A Current Affair. I'm Georgie Gardner. Thanks for being with us. Enjoy your evening. Good night.